Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
It's a big travel weekend and many people will be on the road this weekend to head back home after the holidays. But you need to drive safely as some snow is blowing into our region. Summer Schnellbach is here to let you know when it will get here and how much you can expect. Summer?
Yeah, Katie, we're already beginning to see a little bit of that light snow show up on satellite and radar tonight, but most of it will be moving through during the overnight period. This is part of a quick moving clipper system, not anticipating a lot of snow with this one. Temperatures right now, Bemidji at 18, the rest of us are in the 20s under a fairly cloudy sky. And in some locations where there are pockets of clearing, we are seeing some dense fog, visibility down to 0 in some locations across southeastern North Dakota, and visibility beginning to decrease along the international border where some light snow is beginning to fall. This clipper is one of 2 rounds of snow for the next week or so. Again, not anticipating a lot today, but slick roads as we enter into our Sunday. The next chance of snow comes on Tuesday, especially later in the day and overnight. This could potentially be a much larger system impacting a fairly large portion of the northern plains. I'll have more details with that system and how much snow we can expect overnight coming up in a few minutes, Katie.
All right, thank you, Summer. A Henning, Minnesota family is speaking out after a Christmas Eve fire destroyed their livelihood. Their barn and everything inside at the Cornerstone Farm is gone. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie spoke with the family today and shares their story.
Katie, such a devastating story. I talked with Brittany Springer on the phone today. She's one of the owners of the barn. She tells me what makes this even more difficult, it's the second major tragedy the family has gone through in the last few years. 4 years ago, in August, her 5-year-old daughter was fighting for her life after a major farming accident. She's doing better now, but Springer says they now are faced with the challenge of coping after this terrible fire, and it's taking a toll. It was around 3 Christmas Eve morning when Springer woke up to a loud noise. She says she checked around the house and on her way back to bed, the power went out. Then she saw the massive glow of the fire outside. She says she called 911 right away, but by the time crews got there, it was too late. Everything was destroyed. A tractor, equipment, supply of straw, 1,000 dairy goats, 15 peacocks, and a dog.
People did great to get there. I think it was like 15 minutes or so before anybody got there, but it's still a pretty hopeless feeling to stand there for 15 minutes and watch your livelihood burn. We know that God was protecting us now just like he did then.
Springer tells me Christmas has been a good distraction for her family and that their faith is helping them get through this. She says she's thankful no one was hurt. Still no word on what caused the fire, but investigators say it doesn't look to be suspicious. Katie?
If you want to learn how you can help the family, download the VNL News app. You can find this story on our homepage. This Fargo family of 3 says their world flipped upside down. A duplex fire destroyed the home they'd spent the last 15 years in and everything inside. The Kreiders lived at 2101 52nd Street South, where a murder investigation is underway after police found 2 neighbors dead inside. They're calling it a murder-suicide. The Kreiders are thanking emergency crews. They say without them, there would have been more lives lost that day.
That's all we need, is to be with family. I mean, you can't wreck our Christmas because the best Christmas present we got was the firefighters getting them out.
There is a GoFundMe set up for the family. We have links on our website if you would like to help. Starting today, the North Dakota Army National Guard started offering free rapid tests to all arriving passengers at Hector International Airport every day. Tests will be self-administered and you will have your results in about 15 minutes. The testing is targeted at identifying asymptomatic people and cutting down on potential transmission in the community. The test is for travelers only. The active case count for COVID-19 in North Dakota is down to levels before this recent spike, and so is the rolling positivity rate. This in turn is bringing down hospitalizations. Over the past 6 weeks, the number of North Dakotans in the hospital with COVID-19 has dropped by more than 200 cases. However, the number of beds available still hovers slightly above 10%. So as the vaccine is being deployed, healthcare workers are still feeling the pressure.
No, this isn't going to cure COVID. This isn't going to solve the problem, but I think this is a very important step at us getting the upper hand, slowing the transmission so that we can bring those numbers down and relieve some of the stress on our society, on our economy. This is a major step towards getting back to real life.
Hospitalizations are still most common for ages 60 and up, which makes up for about 70% of all hospitalizations in the state. Healthcare leaders are urging families to be cautious and considerate when visiting their loved ones. Later on Valley News Live at 10, officials have now identified a person in connection with the massive explosion in Nashville, Tennessee.
And the First Alert Storm Team has put into place a First Alert Weather Day for Wednesday. Coming up after the break, I'll have a few more details on a potential winter storm to put a bow on 2020.